Alrighty, hello everyone, my name is Michael SK and welcome back to Robotics Notes Elite. I don't specifically remember where we left off here because I have no idea what this fate is or what is fate. I know it's a lovely, very long series, but here in this context, I'm not really sure. Now, I don't really know what specifically went on at the end of the last episode, but I do know that we're still kind of in a doomed state regarding ROBO-ONE and this deal that we have here with the VP to, not disband. I don't remember the progress that we actually made. It's been a few days since I last recorded. I'm sure it'll come back to me. But before we get into whatever this is, that's not the right button. We should probably check and see if anything is new here. I think you know what? I already went through all of this. I need to most definitely make it a habit regardless to check this whenever we first load in. And then there's also this. I've been told that so there can be new geotags that pop up. We just kind of have to zoom in and zoom out, look around and what have you. I'm not going to get all of them. I'll try to get as many as I can, but yeah, just note that I'm not going to be perfect here. But we try, nonetheless. Akiho was eating lunch alone when I deliver the news to her. She immediately jumps up from her chair. Oh, that's right. Okay, see, it only took us one line. Okay, now I remember. So we got some deep, dirty intel on the old guy that runs the robotics shop. And apparently his granddaughter goes here. Is that one gal that we saw? What was it the first episode? I don't remember. Maybe it's the second. She was doing some gymnastics or something. Not gymnastics. She was doing something in the gymnasium though. But wait, did I read this? She's eating lunch alone. Yeah, okay, I just read this. Or more. The president is a lost cause. She's off in her own delusions where things could never possibly go south. Hey, don't say delusions. Akiho swiftly closes the lid on her half-eaten lunch and heads toward Daitoku-san's classroom next door. I was going to say, where are we going? But yeah, I mean, we can quite literally just confront her. And I guess that's what Akiho is going to go and do. Daitoku Juna is in class 3-1, the one next to mine. I stealthily peek into the classroom. Daitoku-san was one of my classmates when we were second years, so I know what she looks like. She's short, baby-faced, and looks like a middle school boy. Wow. Okay, I remember we were saying the same thing here in the beginning, but no, I guess she believes the same. She's in the karate club. Oh, maybe that's what she was doing. But she's the only member in the entire school. Daitoku-san's family runs a karate dojo. If I recall correctly, she's been a martial artist since she was little. Okay, so she can kick our ass, lovely. But due to regulations set by Inter High and Nationals, she can't enter any competitions solo. So I guess the school made the club on paper so that she can compete. Oh, okay. Glad that the school is working with her on this shit. I hear this type of workaround actually happens in other minor sports too, so her situation isn't all that uncommon. Anyway, that same Daitoku-san is in the middle of chatting with her friends by the window. When I call out to her, she gives me a fairly surprised look. Undeterred, I smiled and waved her over in a friendly manner. Eventually, she shuffles over hesitantly. Yes, that is your name. I grabbed Daitoku-san's hands out of pure joy. Her hands are smaller than mine, almost like a child's. Even though she's a girl like me, my heart skips a beat at how adorable she is. I can't believe she knows karate.
何かな。私にできることだといいんだけど。
I hope so too.
ロボクリニックのドク、藤田さんのこと知ってるよね。
え、
Daitoku-san's expression freezes, or at least that's what it looks like.
親戚でしょ？あれ、違った？
After a moment's hesitation, Daitoku-san slowly begins to speak.
親戚だけど。
But...
だよね。間違いじゃなくてよかった。
Oh, they might not be all that close. That could be problematic too.
それって藤田のおじいちゃんに聞いたの？
風の噂で。
風の噂
で、大徳さんに頼みたいことっていうのは、ドクに身内価格でパーツの値段を負けてくれるようにお願いしてくれないかなって。
身内価格？
ほら、身内のよしみみたいなものってあるでしょ。大徳さんが頼めばきっとドクもコロッと OK すると思うんだ。お願い、この通りロボ部を助けると思って。
Something doesn't seem quite right.
ちょっと待って。
When I put my hands together in prayer, Daitoku-san grabs my arm flustered. She takes me to a less crowded hallway.
急にそんなこと言われても困るよ。
おじいちゃんに頼むだけでいいの。ダメ元のお願いだから値引きできなかったら諦めるし。
でも
ロボ部がピンチなんだ。ドクにパーツ代を払えないと部がなくなっちゃうの。だからお願い、スコール1本おごるから。
その頭上げて、瀬宮さん。
じゃあ引き受けてくれる
Daitoku-san fidgets like she wants to say something.
何？
無理かも。
Can't say I was expecting that. I knew something seemed wrong.
大徳さんの親戚のおじいちゃんに
There's a
会いに行って
complication of some
ちょっ
sort.
と話してもらうだけなんだけど。
And Daitoku vigorously shakes her head back and forth.
私できない。
もしかしてドクが怖いの？
And there's our complication. Are you telling me his own granddaughter is this scared of him? I mean, Doc is the stereotypically stubborn craftsman type, and his taste in music makes him seem like a punk. I think I can understand why Daitoku-san is frightened by him.
私もう何年も藤田のおじいちゃんとは話してなくて。
And there's another complication.
だったらこれを機会に仲直りしちゃえばいいんだよ。
別にいいかなって。
なんで？仲直りしたいんだよね。
Most people would want to patch things up in a situation like this, but it seems like I'm way off the mark here. And Daitoku-san hangs her head low, as if she's uncomfortable.
今は大会前だからあんまり集中乱したくなくて。とにかくごめんなさい。あと今の私の話、藤田のおじいちゃんには言わないでね。
大徳さん、うちの話を聞いて。
When I try to stop Daitoku-san from returning to her classroom, someone's hand lightly pushes me away.
ちょっと瀬宮、純奈をつけ回すのやめなよ。怯えてるじゃん。
そうだそうだ。ダメロボ部と関わったりなんかしたらろくなことにならなさそう。
And they're the two girls who were chatting with Daitoku-san earlier. They position themselves like they're guarding her.
純奈は次の週末に国体予選があるんだから、邪魔したら私らが許さないよ。
瀬宮さんはヤシオくんとイチャイチャしてなよ。
キスしたいなら俺とゲームで勝負しなよ。
みたいな。
別に大徳さんをいじめようとかそんなつもりじゃないよ。
待ってみんな。
And Daitoku-san intervenes despite the tense situation. Then, with tears in her eyes, she looks my way.
ごめんね、瀬宮さん。私、瀬宮さんの頼み聞いてあげられないの。だから 諦めてほしいの。本当にごめんなさい。
ああ、瀬宮、純奈のこと泣かした。
ひっど瀬宮さんひどいんだ。
How can I not back down after that? I seriously didn't think that she would cry. Even though I didn't do anything, I feel really guilty. I feel like there is something a little bit more to the reason why she hasn't spoke with him in so long. And maybe that's what's making her very emotional. Not necessarily Akiho trying to get her to help out. Inner High. And Nationals. And those were our 2 tips there. Guess we can check them out. Nationals, I mean, we kind of get the idea of what a national event is, right? I don't think we have to necessarily read through this, but Inner High, that is the Inner High School Championships, also known as the Inner High School Sports Festival or the Interscholastic Athletic Meet, a massive sporting event held between multiple schools that had been or has been hosted in a rotation of different prefectures every August since 1966. Okay. I had a feeling that's what that meant, but yeah, whatever. Well, back to the usual, I guess. The sound of Akiho's heavy breathing replaces the loud music after Doc cranks the volume down. Oh wait, hold up. Damn, I gotta make a habit of this. Yes, successfully got New Year's plus allowance early. We are gonna win ROBO-ONE. Ooh. Yeah, let's reply to that. Moving quickly, eh? So you gave up your free time till graduation. That's pretty amazing. Yeah, let's go with this. Be a little cheeky. Gotta listen to the second op of Gun Barrel at max volume. Mom got mad at me? Should have listened at... Well, yeah, if you're gonna listen to music at max volume, that shit's gonna happen. I heard it from my house. Of course you're gonna get in trouble if even I can hear it. I like that response. Don't plan on anything after school. Okay. Play 10 minutes, 1-0. Matching is slow today. Can't wait for after school. Play 30 minutes, 2-2. Match with rank 6. Hype. Alright. What else is going on? Michi. Is this really going to make it in time? You can't count on those 2 from the Robotics Club. If I, the supervisor, didn't lead them, they'd miss the due date. We'd be working on it forever. What are you doing? What are you doing to contribute? When you can't do a task, saying that you can't and giving up is sometimes the right way to go as an adult. Hope you're listening, students. I ain't. That's for darn certain. I guess we can look around again. I don't think anything is new here. I don't think anything here would be, like, dynamic whatsoever, but there's also the chance that, you know, I've missed something in one of these areas, and I just don't realize it. But I don't think that's the case here. At least as far as I can tell. Maybe. What are these items here in the back? And nothing. Alright.
Doc, こんにちは。
わーキャーとうるせえ小娘だな。ったく。
The music was way louder than her, though. Huh. Pretty sure I just heard Akiho's internal screams while I was thinking that. I'm with her on this one. Listening to music that loud for so long would bust up anyone's ears. I wonder if Doc is feeling it.
で、金は用意できたのか。前も言ったが、一切負けるつもりはねえからな。
用意したよ。来年のお年玉と来月と再来月のお小遣い前借りしたんだから。
In the end, her plan to get Daitoku Juna's help ended in failure. And since neither I nor Michi pitched in, Akiho paid for it all on her own. That's our president. I'm so proud of her. Which brings us to the present, where Akiho is regretfully staring at the cash she just pulled out of her wallet.
小川田のバッテリーと充電器、それと AC アダプタ、送料なしの税込みでちょうど8000だ。
はい。
Akiho reluctantly hands him 8 bills with Hideyo's face on them. Doc tries to take the cash, but Akiho refuses to let go, keeping her fingers tightly pinched around the bills.
何のつもりだ？
せめて1000円だけ負けて。
ふざけんな。プロを侮辱すんじゃねえぞ。
ドクのごうつくばり。
Akiho's final Hail Mary, to obtain a discount has no effect on Doc, surprising nobody. After snatching the cash away without a hint of a smile, Doc hands the battery pack over to Akiho.
持ってきな。アフターサービスはタダだ。万に一つもねえだろうが。なんか不具合があったらいつでも言ってこい。
He might be a scary old rocker, but he's actually pretty good about this sort of thing.
それとテストボードもくれてやるよ。
He pulls out a palm-sized circuit board from his drawer.
サーボの動作テストをすんだろ。
いいの？
こんなもん100円もかけずに作れるからな。ただしプラグは自分でつけろよ。電池も自分で用意しな。
わざわざうちらのために作ってくれたんだ。
これがプロの仕事ってもんだ。分かったか？
さすがプロ。この店で取引しててよかった。
Says the person who just called him hard-headed.
いい買い物だった。
Man, it is bright outside. I thought it would have been evening again. It is after school, though. Is there anything... Oop, I am pressing all the wrong buttons today. Is there anything new or different here? I don't think there would be anything new in this sort of location. This is even less likely to be dynamic than all the others. But who knows? It's brighter out, so maybe we're seeing more? Maybe the camera's seeing more? Doesn't seem like it. And just like that, Akiho's mood has skyrocketed. She seems really happy with Doc's little bonus.
じゃあ、あとはバラしたのを組み立て直すだけだね。
まだだよ。必殺技も考えなきゃ。
まだ諦めてなかったの？
諦めるって何を？
必殺技。
もちろん実戦で使えるようなのないかなっていつも考えてるんだけど、なかなか思いつかなくて。変形機構を前提にしたら今日中にひらめかなくちゃアウトだな。
Well, I guess she can do whatever she wants, just as long as she doesn't shoot herself in the foot. Although, I know for a fact that she's gonna struggle over this. I can just picture her regretting her decision. I can already hear her yelling, "I should never have put in such a dumb feature." The image of Akiho turning bright red and stomping over to me to ruffle up my hair is as clear as day. Is it a new day? Following Akiho yet again? I run into Daitoko-san as I exit the restroom. Daitoko-san fidgets as she tries to shrink away from my line of sight. Why is she so scared of me? She's got to be stronger than I am, considering she's in the karate club. And this makes it look... yeah, it does make it look like that she's actually bullying her. Like, every time that they come into view of each other, one is running away from the other. That's not really good. I quickly survey my surroundings in a panic. Luckily, Daitoko-san's two friends from the other day are nowhere to be found. Man, what a relief. If they were around, they would just turn this into a big fuss for no reason.
大徳さん、この前はごめんね。結局ドクにパーツ代を負けてもらうのは無理だったよ。いいねで買わされた。
I make sure my tone is as positive as possible.
いや、別に大徳さんを責めてるわけじゃなくて、ドクとは長い付き合いだし、値段についてはうちも納得してるんだ。なんとか代金も払えたし、それに今になって考えてみると、あのおじいちゃんって身内だろうと絶対に値下げなんてしてくれなさそうだよね。
そうなんだ。お役に立てなくてごめんね。
It's all good. You're not involved yet.
いや、
I wonder how she will get
まさか
involved,
あ
though.
そこまで拒否られるとは。
I wonder what her push will be, because all of the characters that we've come across so far will obviously be with us at the end, I'm sure, from what we saw in the very beginning of the game. But the question is, how does everybody come together? What pushes them to us?
ドクのこと苦手って言ってたよね。なんで？やっぱり怖いから？
Daitoko-san remains silent. Ah, crud, I made it awkward again. I probably shouldn't have asked her that. Why do I gotta be such a big dummy? Akiho, read the room! Just because we were classmates last year doesn't mean Daitoko-san and I are particularly close. Excuse me, of course, she would never answer such a personal question. I desperately search for a new topic to change the subject with.
ところで大徳さんって空手部だよね。
そうだけど。
I mentally fist bump myself after successfully turning the conversation around.
実は今必殺技を開発中なんだけど、なんかアイデアくれないかな。いい案が浮かばなくて。
必殺技？
さあ、このぐらいの大きさの。
I illustrate the height of the 40 centimeters tall robot with my hands.
ロボットで今度東京の大会に出るんだ。そのロボット用の必殺技。
空手と何か関係あるの？
I proceed to give her a brief rundown of the rules of a ROBO-ONE match. I go over the one-on-one duel format in a 2-meter square ring, as well as how the ring outs and knockdowns decide the victor.
重要なのはね、いかに相手をダウンさせるかなんだ。
へえ。
ね、空手で何か使えそうな技ってないかな？
Daitoko-san starts fidgeting again, rubbing her thighs together.
どう？
私、お手洗いに行きたいんだけど。
すぐ済むから、ちょっとだけ考えてよ、ね。
After my desperate pleading, Daitoko-san stops and gives a small reluctant nod.
例えば、足払いとかになるのかな？
足払いできるほどうちらのロボって関節多くないんだ。
It can squat down, but in order to do a leg sweep, it would need to extend a leg forward and then spin from that stance. For that to happen, another joint, in other words, another servometer, would need to be added, and we don't have time for that, sadly.
ちなみに大徳さんの得意技って何？
得意技？
By the way, I don't know if it's servo motor or servometer. I want to say it's servo motor, to be honest.
そうそう、参考までに。
Good old English. Oh, she thinking. She's really putting a lot of thought into this. Does she have that many moves under her belt? I've been using mecha anime as the basis for what I know about special moves, but maybe real martial artists don't use them? It's then that Daitoko-san shrugs her shoulders and speaks with a bitter smile on her face.
ないかも。
ない？いやいや、さすがに一つくらいあるでしょう。自分の中で一番得意なのっていうか、実戦でよく使う技っていうか。
私、あんまり強くないから、技使う前にいつも負けちゃうの。
そうなの。
Daitoko-san's reply is straight to the point. How am I supposed to respond to that? I slap my left cheek a couple times and take a breath.
だったら実戦用じゃなくていいや。あくまで大徳さんの中で得意としてる技でいいよ。
Daitoko-san goes quiet in thought again, and then tilts her head. I guess nothing's coming to mind. Maybe asking Daitoko-san wasn't such a good idea?
じゃあほら、あれ、型って言うんだっけ？それでもいい。型の中だとどんなのが一番得意？
型だと、あえて言えば、スーパーリンペイかな。
The what now?
スーパー。
Where have I heard that before? That's it.
それはうちの最もセクシーな単語の中の一つだよ。
でもセノミヤさんの想像してるスーパーとは意味が全然違って、中国読みで108って。
大徳さん、そのスーパーリンペイには相手をうまくダウンさせるような動作は含まれてる？
そうだな。こうで、こで、こうだから。
Daitoko-san starts to go over the kata sequence. She closes her eyes, slightly moving her body to her mind's image. This is gonna be good.
先にお手洗いに行ってきても
Crap, I held her up for way longer than I meant to. I apologize and let her go immediately. 3 minutes later, Daitoko-san exits the restroom and gasps when she notices me waiting outside. I pick up where we left off.
じゃあ使えるかどうかはわからないけど前蹴りとか
どんなのかちょっとやってみてくれるかな。
ここで
Yeah, why not? Daitoko-san looks around with a troubled expression on her face as I try my hardest to screw on a cap on a water bottle. Since this corridor is away from the classrooms, foot traffic is low, but even then, the bathroom area has someone come by every once in a while.
スカートだとちょっと
大丈夫だって一瞬だけね、この通り。
After I put my hands together and beg, Daitoko-san sighs.
だからこんな感じで
Without taking a stance, she swiftly kicks her left leg up into the air. While she looks insecure in a lot of ways, her kick is sharp and accurate. Or at least that's how it looks to me. Plus, it even looked like her leg suddenly stretched out halfway through the kick.
おー
I'm genuinely impressed.
あ
Meanwhile, Daitoko-san desperately holds down the hem of her skirt after it flips up during the kick.
ねえねえ、今途中から急に足が伸びなかった？
最初は膝を曲げたままで膝をこの高さまで
Daitoko-san holds her hand up to the height of her belly.
開けたところで前に向かって蹴り出す感じなの。
2段階ってことか。ちょっとうちもやってみていい？見てて。
I lower my hips and take a stance. I try to mimic what I just saw by raising my knee up and extending my leg, but I end up wobbling off balance.
危ない
Before I know it, I'm on my butt with my left leg still sticking out in front of me.
セノミヤさん見えちゃう
Daitoko-san rushes over and fixes my skirt before anybody can see. But I don't care about my skirt or if people can see up it. Something that I did just now. I've got an idea.
これだ。ほら見て、この形。
My butt is still firmly on the ground, my left leg is extended, my right knee is bent, and I'm perfectly balanced.
これだよ。
Ah, come on, why doesn't she get it? Even I don't get it. Ah, forget it. As long as I can see it in my mind's eye, it'll be fine. I don't need to explain this to Daitoko-san right now. I've got to get my thoughts together before school ends. You go, girl.
頑張るアクセルインパクトって技がある。
Cool. 1 minute, though. Transforming is the definition of romantic ideals. Having money is amazing. Wow, what fantastic statements. Ooh, what's this? Last night, my younger daughter was in the living room striking up a weird pose with one of her legs up. What should I do? A little worried about her future. Oh no. Oh my. It sounds like she is doing well. All that our son does is play games. So glad that these two parents can just, talk on Twitter for everybody to see for whatever freaking reason. Is anything different here? I feel like this is the least possible area to pop up with new geotags, but hey, you never know. Things could change. Okay, so what is this?
ん？急に何さ？
Yesterday evening, Akiho suddenly said that she came up with a special attack and went to the clinic to buy some cheap parts. Today she's finally supposed to get started on rebuilding the prez. But as soon as I poke my head into the room, she starts talking.
もちろん回も知ってるよね。頑張れるの第1シーズン5巻収録の第13話に出てきたよ。
Why would we be familiar with it? Akiho is linking the prez's 24 servometers to the test board and using the battery to make sure that they move.
そうだっけ？
I have absolutely no recollection of what she's talking about. She's forced me to watch Gunbarrel multiple times, but even I'm shocked at how little I remember.
それに昨日大徳さんから教えてもらったスーパーリンペイの前切りを組み合わせたの。
スーパーリンペイって何？
空手の型。強そうでしょ。
名前はね、実際に見たことないからわからないけど。
その前切りからヒントを得たんだ。スライディングキックみたいなものかな。ポイントはこれ。
Akiho shows me a small caster not even 3 centimeters in diameter.
これを種子島新さんに取り付けるの。うちの考えならそんな大改造はいらないはず。すごくシンプルなプログラムをちょろっと加えるだけで一撃必殺の大技になるよ。これ見たらきっとお客さんはびっくりするぞ。何しろ防御不能。当たれば絶対にダウン確定だもん。
I still believe that we're like completely doomed here.
へえ、そんなにすごいの？
よし、全サーボのテスト終わり。よかった。全部ちゃんと動いたよ。新しく買う必要はないみたい。
予算厳しい割には必殺技用のパーツは深く考えずに買っちゃうんだね。
Wouldn't you want to hold off on that until the servometer tests were finished? Just in case anything needed replacing?
いや、実はちょっと順序間違えちゃって。でも結果オーライってことで。
By complete and total luck, but sure.
ちなみにネジとかちゃんと保管してる？なくしたりしてない？
The many screws that keep the prez together are small. Losing track of even one would be disastrous. Aren't there also, like, different sizes too, but just, like, barely different sizes? She'd finish putting prez together only to find leftover screws, or end up not having enough, that kind of thing.
へえ、カイってなんだかんだでこのオーバーホールのこと気になってる？
単なる老婆心だよ。俺はアキちゃんのこと信用してないからね。
それ笑いながら言うセリフかな。
まあ赤っ端書かないようにスタートラインに立てるようにはしなよ。組み立てられずに終了なんてアキちゃんも悔しいでしょ。
After delivering my warning to her, I go back to focusing on Kill Valid.
こんに
やめてくれよ。
Akiho ruffles up my hair yet again. And to make matters worse, she did it while still holding a servometer, so my hair gets tangled up in the gears. Of course, when all's said and done, I make her remove the motor herself. Night comes quick on the island. Well, time has passed, so what do we got here? Played about 3 hours, 28 to 2. Not bad, not bad. And Michi, are they still working on it? It's time for kids to go home and sleep. Good morning, guys. It's already night, though. And, oh wait, this is from one of our parents. Is this our mother? Recently, you've been very late, very often. I already made dinner and everything. Club activities are fine, but didn't I say to get a hold of me when you're going to be late? Again, lovely that this is just being said, you know, right here on Twitter for all to see if they wanted to. Once the sun goes down, the scenery rapidly fades into the darkness. Unlike a city, the island's countryside doesn't have many places with their lights still on at night. Honestly, there's nowhere to go even if you stayed out late. And that's why students like us normally go home before sunset. At the very least, I've only ever stayed at school this late, 7:30 p.m. to be precise, once or twice. Most of the lights are off. There's probably a few teachers still around in the faculty room, so it would make sense for the lights to still be on, but they don't reach the courtyard. In the distance, I can barely see the lights coming from town and the cars driving about. The moon's up in the sky. It's pretty round, but it's not quite a full moon. And to the north, the direction of the new airport, the sky oozes red. The aurora is in full swing yet again.
アキちゃん、いい加減帰ろうよ。
もうちょっと。
Akiho is still doing her assembly work. She finished the servometer tests a while ago, and now she's putting the screws back from whence they came. With only the Robotics Club's desk lamp to guide her, she immerses herself in her work, her brow covered in sweat. She looks like an engineer. Even I can see her extraordinary zeal.
先に帰ってもいいよ。
She continues to work carefully as she says that. I shrug my shoulders and sit on the lawn in front of the club room.
それはできない相談だな。
I'm Akiho's watchdog after all. You could just say friend. You know, the concept is all the same. You don't have to really, like, go down to being a watchdog. If Akiho is going to keep working, I'm sticking with her. It doesn't really bother me anyway, to be honest. Though that isn't to say I plan on lending a hand or anything. Well, never mind about the friend thing, but what the fuck's happening? Akiho lets out what sounds like a scream of terror and starts panicking. Oh, great. The light in the cramped room bobs up and down. She's probably used the... hold on. She's probably using the desk lamp to search for the screw. But I can't say I'm real confident that she'll find it in that darkness.
だからいい加減帰ろうって言ったのに。
We have flashlights on our little tablet things, right?
どうしよう。
Like an ordinary phone?
おいネジ出てこいや。
お前ら
Ah. What's going on, Michi? So Michi, our delinquent club advisor, appears with flashlight in hand. He's even less interested in coming to club than I am.
ミッチーが部室に顔出すなんて珍しい。
そりゃ顔も出すさ。いいかお前ら。知らないなら先生が教えてやるから、よーく聞いて、しっかり記憶に刻みつけるんだぞ。今は7時半。とっくに下校時間だ。生徒は7時までに帰らないとダメだと校則で決まってるんだぞ。豆知識な。
だってさ、アキちゃん。
でもネジが。
諦めて明日探せば。ネジは逃げたりしないだろうから。
嫌だと言ってもこの俺が校門から掘り出してやるぞ。いいか、それはつまりだな。ライオンが子供を崖から突き落とすような意味だったりするわけだ。
That was a little weird. Akiho seemingly gives in and leaves the clubroom behind her. Wanting to preserve the interior exactly as she'd left it, she carefully closes the door.
アキちゃん、あんまり無理しない方がいいよ。
うん、わかってる。大丈夫だよ。今日もちゃんと帰れそうだから。こんな時間まで付き合ってくれてありがとう。
テスト勉強か？感心感心。ロボワンも大切だが、学生の本分は学業だからな。
Wait, what?
あ、
Oh. Oh no. Oh no. For just a moment, the air around us freezes.
どうした？
期末テストっていつからだっけ？
まさか来週？
そうだぞ。その勉強で残ってたんだろ？違うのか？
I totally forgot. Looks like Akiho is in the same position as I am. She's gone pale, and her entire body is shaking. This shit just became more impossible. So, while they're getting something put together, sure, the chances of winning are still extremely low, and now we're gonna have even less time because, well, guess what? Finals. And they're in less than a week, technically. If we started cramming now, would we make it in time? This is truly a persona moment. Suddenly, Akiho clutches my shoulder. There's a forced smile on her face. I can tell because her eyes have totally glazed over.
カイ、いっそのことを諦めよう。
どっちを？
テストを。
マジ？
っていうか裏切らないでね。ね。うちら同じロボ部でしょ？そうでしょ？死なばもろともだよ、カイ。
Well, it's not like me or Akiho ever did particularly well on tests anyway, so... Are we set to fail? Oh wow, a few days have gone by. In any case, Akiho continued her strenuous efforts alone as the Robotics Club's brave president. And I can't access the phone right now, but she used the entirety of her day off on Saturday and finally finished reassembling the Prez.
ドキャーンズダダダダー。
Yeah, whatever all that means. Twitter time. Skull replenishment. Arrived at school, only the night duty teacher is here. Pick up the phone. I'm bored, delusion time. Okay, school transform into a robot. No delusions. We don't do that anymore. I already told you on the phone, come ASAP, club president orders. That sounds like some delusion a guy would come up with, or a kid. The clock turned into a face, right? You watched an anime like that recently, huh? Got influenced? You should go get checked out. Oh my god. Wow. I'm not really sure what this could be referencing, but we'll go with it. And what do we got here? Ooh, the Robot Clinic. Robotics Club making hobby robots. Reminds me of about 9 years ago. Wait, or was it 8 years ago? Free-range chickens are so good. Drinking sweet potato shochu with free-range chicken for lunch is amazing. Still, I can't eat free-range chicken all the time since it's expensive. Life's easy for a PE teacher during exams, so I'm sure it is. Anything new here? Strong doubt, but, you know, who knows? Those obviously aren't going to change. No, doesn't seem like anything's different. Akiho makes exaggerated sound effects as she presents the honorary prez to me.
これが種子島新さんの生まれ変わった姿だ。
Yeah, lovely. I don't know if this will be the thumbnail, but nice little look of it. Of what she's been working so hard on, even neglecting her studies for it.
テスト前日の貴重な休みに何やってんだか。
それは言わない約束。
Ooh, nice ass. The only real change to the robot's appearance is the tail-like protrusion on its butt. It's attached to a caster. This appears to be the mechanism for the special attack that Akiho mentioned before.
できればサーボとかセンサーも全部新しくて性能のいいやつにしたかったんだけどな。もっと時間とお金があれば。
Infinite cash and time. Now there's a wish that'll never come true.
で、ネジはちゃんと足りた？
You guys ever think that sleep is kind of an inconvenience in a way? Like, we all have to sleep. Obviously, our bodies get tired. But what if you didn't have to? What if, like, you just naturally regained your energy that you needed? Your body was able to not require a bit of a shutdown in order to get you ready for the next day. You could just stay up as long as you needed to. How productive would you be at that point? Or unproductive?
足りてるよ。そんなポカはしないって。余ったりもしてないし。
それはよかった。で、組み立て終了記念のお披露目式とやらはこれで終わり？
About an hour ago, Akiho called and woke me up at this ungodly hour, saying I've got an announcement to make, so please make sure you come to school today.
お披露目式は終わり。これから稼働テストをします。大会まで残り1週間だからね。この1週間でバグ取りと操縦方法に慣れるためのテストプレイを徹底的にやり込むの。
ROBO-ONE spans 2 days, next Saturday and Sunday. Honestly, I don't know if I should be annoyed there's only 1 week left, or happy that we still have a whole week to go. Whatever. I'm not gonna stress out over it.
ラッキーなことに来週はテスト週間でお昼までに学校終わるから時間はたっぷりあるよ。
アキちゃん、勉強する気ゼロだね。
勉強してる場合じゃないもん。
Akiho sticks her thumb up and grins. Yeah, this is game over. Honestly, I don't see how all of this is gonna work out. We have quite literally 6 days until that Saturday. There's no way. Either way, she's decided to do her operational tests in the school hallway. I guess I'll watch while playing some Kill Ballad. Oh, my bad. It's left click, not right click. Akiho holds a large controller in one hand and carefully reads the manuals spread out on the floor to the hallway, or of the
その
hallway.
プロポやたらとスイッチついてない？
The thing's covered in dust after being in storage for a decade. It has 2 control sticks and more than 10 different switches on it. As a result, it looks a hell of a lot more intimidating than the old controllers that came with RC toys.
それが名誉部長用のプロポなわけ？
そう。
Akiho proudly confirms that for me, as she looks up from the manual.
お姉ちゃんがね、操縦しやすいように独自の方法を編み出した話って知ってるでしょ？
そうだっけ？
その神がかった操縦法を見て、当時のロボワン出場者の人たちは度肝を抜かれたらしいよ。
Akiho takes a deep breath and blows on the controller. Okay, don't breathe it in. She can't help but cough as a cloud of dust from the controller bursts into the air around her. This is what happens when you try to do things the quick and easy way. She should have wiped it down first.
マニュアル見てるだけじゃ始まらないよね。実際に動かしながら操縦方法は覚えていこう。カイ、ちょっと手伝って。
手伝ってほしいならキルバラで。
もう種子島新さんを少しだけ立たせておくだけなんだから、そんなこと言わないでよ。
Fine, I guess I can do that much. I nod and Akiho hands the prez to me. It's actually pretty heavy. Well, yeah, probably. Now that I'm holding it for myself, I can tell that it's heavier than it looks.
両足を地面につけて立たせておいて。
I do as I'm told and stand the honorary prez up in the hallway. However, it can't stand like this on its own, so I support it by holding its shoulders. During this time, Akiho flips the power switch on its back to on. The prez looks like it shudders for just a second. Accompanied by the sound of spinning motors, it straightens its back out and corrects its posture.
やった、動いた。カイ、もう離していいよ。
When I take my hands off of it, the prez stands up gallantly. It's like he's a completely different robot.
今のどうやったの？
電源を入れるとね、全部のサーボモーターの歯車があらかじめ決めておいたホームポジションに戻るの。まあ、要するに自立できる姿勢ね。
へえ。
I figured it had studied the terrain and then automatically adjusted its posture to stand up on its own. That would be pretty cool.
さあ、準備完了。
Akiho looks at the honorary prez and gives it a satisfied smile. She readies the bulky controller in her hands.
それじゃあいよいよ種子島新さん発進せよ。
Akiho's hands begin to fiddle with the controller. The honorary prez takes a step forward with its left leg. I gotta admit, seeing it walk is starting to get me a little excited. The honorary prez takes another step with its left leg, then the left leg again,
左足しか動いてないけど。
which means it's just rotating in place with the right leg as its axis.
あ、そうだ。間違えた。今度こそ。
This time the right leg moves, then the left leg again. Right leg, left, right, left, right.
どうね、歩いてるよね。
ちゃんと歩いてるね。さっきのは何だったの？
間違えただけだってば。
Left leg, right, left, right, left, left. The left moves a little than the right. It's not walking all that well. How bad at controlling it do you have to be to make it move like this?
タイミング取りづらい。
I stand next to Akiho and watch her finger movements. That said, they're relatively simple. She's alternating between pushing the left and right control sticks upward. I guess each stick corresponds to a leg?
手はどうやって動かすの？
手はね、ちょっと待って。
Akiho stops moving her hands and looks at the manual on the floor.
切り替えスイッチはと。そうそう、これ。
She appears to search for something on the controller before flipping a switch on its back.
スイッチで切り替えると、こうして。
Akiho returns to the two control sticks that were manipulating Tanegashima Machine 3's legs earlier. Only now, the honorary prez's arms are linked to their movement. They move up, down, left, right.
おお、完璧。
You know, my high school brain that's been like shoved into the depths of who the fuck knows. I used to take some engineering courses, and a little bit of this is intriguing in a way. I feel like it's not 100% accurate because, yeah, obviously there's a shit ton that goes into like robots. I have no idea how much really goes into it. Obviously there's the stuff that they've been piecing together, but yeah, there is programming. There's a whole lot more to it as well, I'm sure. So a lot of this, it's cool, but like I know that there's just so many moving parts. I don't even know how to find the right words. To be honest, the movement tracing is pretty accurate, so it's impressive how freely the little guy can move around. The only problem...
その操縦方法だと手と足は同時に動かせないんじゃ？
Okay, I was thinking the same thing.
そうだよ。
Yep, she says.
ね、これがロボワンを震撼させた画期的な操縦方法なわけ？
そう
How did Misane manage to win like this?
分かってないなカイは。みんなが震撼したのはこんな操縦方法なのにお姉ちゃんはすごい動きで戦ってみせたってところ。うちも実際に見たことあるけど本当にすごかったんだから。両方の指がね、もう止まってる瞬間はないんじゃないかっていうくらいずっと動いてて。
Yeah, that's gotta be a lot of back and forth between legs only and arms only.
あとプロポからずっと音がしてた。スイッチ切り替えの音、カチカチカチカチって。
Yeah, you basically have to have a finger constantly on that switch, and also your thumbs or whatever on the sticks that allow the movement and whatever else you need to do. But definitely having to switch back and forth consistently or constantly, pretty much every second, I would assume.
2本のコントロールスティックと全部で14個のスイッチを状況に合わせて見事に使い分けてたの。
My brain would just explode trying to figure all that out.
言ってみれば
I'd probably just give
種
up.
ヶ島慎さんの操縦はお姉ちゃんにしかできないスーパーピーキー仕様だっていうことだよ。
なるほどね。
Wait, while I'm thinking of it, nope, I can't use my... Oh, no, we can use it. Haha. Okay, nothing new. It's just that we jumped to a new location. I wanted to make sure. I don't think I've ever gotten geotags here specifically. Maybe I did? Maybe there just wasn't anything to get? It doesn't seem like there's much going on here. Those are legs. Nah, there's nothing. I thought it'd be worth checking at least. I definitely agree that Misane is the only one who could have made this thing work.
アキちゃんはそのスーパーピーキーなプロポを使いこなそうと、そういうわけか。
それはこれから練習して慣れていくんだよ。
本番って来週だよね。
来週だよ。
無理だね。
Yeah, we're fucked, man. We are so fucked. I don't see this working. When I point that out to her, Akiho hangs her head.
大丈夫だよ。1週間あればお姉ちゃんレベルは難しくてもそれなりに動かせるようになれる。きっとなれるもん。諦める暇があったらとにかく練習あるのみ。
When she raises her head, she's even more spirited than she was before.
絶対にこの無茶苦茶な操縦法をマスターしてやるから。うおー、たぎってきた。
Here we go again. Ridiculously optimistic as ever. But see, even for a fighting game player like me, it would take like a month to get a feel for these controls. It would be faster to change the controls to something easier for Akiho. If it were me, I'd have it play like KB. Needless to say, I don't tell Akiho any of this. She can do whatever she wants. It isn't my place to interject.
それよりかい、見て見て。こないだ話したやつ。うちが今回独自に種子島審査に組み込んだ必殺技。
Yeah, let's see it. Akiho wears a proud expression on her face, then presses the red button on the controller. Whoa. It's a little animation. The honorary prez suddenly bends forward. Maintaining that pose, it falls backward onto its butt.
倒れちゃったけど。
ここからだよ。
Oh?
いっけ
Then, still in the same pose, it suddenly blasts forward.
どう？かかととお尻にキャスターをつけたの。これで突進することでね、超高速、超威力のスライディングキックになるわけ。不意をつけるし、うまくやれば相手のパンチをかわしてそのままカウンターにも持っていけるよ。名付けて種菓子アクセルインパクト。
それパクリじゃん。
いいの。
She's right. It doesn't really matter. More importantly,
あれ、いつ止まるの？
the honorary prez just keeps charging along down the long hallway.
まずい。カイ、止めて。
どうやって？
追いかけて。
おいおい、止まる仕組みついてないとか。
止まる仕組みなんてつけたら複雑になっちゃうでしょ。
What? So it's a one and done? I was honestly pretty curious about the special attack thing because Akiho kept going on about it, excuse me. But I guess I only have myself to blame for expecting anything. Victory is looking more and more like a pipe dream. It's been a pipe dream, more and more so, ever since this deal started. Akiho continued practicing for the rest of the afternoon. I quietly played Kill Ballad while she struggled with the controls. Needless to say, no studying happened. Okay, we definitely could have studied there. Oh my god, it's Wednesday. And just like that, several days passed by since Akiho began her operational training. Final exams are already half over. I think it goes without saying how Akiho and I have been faring on that front. Supplementary exams, huh? This sucks. Hey, at least we get them. We get that opportunity here. After exams today, Akiho once again hits the club room to train. She ends up spending hours at the work table. Twitter time. Oh man, math is not going well. I don't get any of this at all. Me too. I guess we'll both retake the test in the summer. Of course, VP will have her eyes on people like us. And yet you still refuse to study. What a badass. Let's just go with the obvious. Now time to practice. I'm getting confused little by little. Maybe it's from lack of sleep. Don't push yourself. I was able to move the left hand. Every movement has to be manually controlled. There isn't anything acting as a gyro. Position managing is also done by manpower. Man, Big Sis made something crazy. Insane that she won controlling him like this. Amazing. Okay. I don't think my son ever studies. You goddamn right. Every time I scold him and he says it's fine. Well, it's on him to go to college or get a job. Wasn't planning on helping him anyway. All right. All right, so after exams, Akiho once again hits the club room to train. She ends up spending hours at the work table. She hasn't improved at all. Akiho was never dexterous to begin with, or dexterous, both hands, left and right. And Misane's custom controls aren't something just anyone can use. But, that's been pretty obvious since Sunday.
Aki-chan, そろそろ7時になるし、今日はお開きにすれば？ずいぶんお疲れだね。
そうかな。
目のクマがひどいよ。
おっと、それは恥ずかしい。
Her bashful expression is less spirited than usual. Akiho takes a deep breath and then puts the honorary prez and controller in the carrying case that she found in storage. Akiho had been taking the prez home every day to practice.
さあ、帰ろっか。
いつも何時ぐらいまでやってるの？
I say that to her as she's locking the clubroom door.
徹夜。
寝てないってこと？
1時間くらい昼寝してるから平気だって。あと、実はテスト中も。
答案用紙を白紙で出すとかしてるわけ？あきちゃんかっこよすぎでしょ。
白紙には
Is that
してない
really
よ。
the term to use here?
ほとんどわかんないけど。
I've got no room to talk. I'm in the same situation as her.
夜はちゃんと寝ないと体が持たないよ。
大丈夫。若いんだからなんとかなるって。
若いとかそういう問題じゃなくて。
Well, yeah, it kinda does. I think younger people have that energy. Shit, I struggle sometimes to stay up late. I get the feeling she's trying to dodge my concerns, so I grab Akiho by the shoulders and stop her.
わかってるでしょ。あきちゃんは無理はしちゃいけないんだ。
そうなんだけど。
焦る気持ちはわかるよ。でもさ、俺だってあきちゃんにいつもついていられるわけじゃないし、体調管理は自分できちんとしてもらわなきゃ。
ごめん。
Akiho looks dejected as she offers up a sincere apology. But her face looks kind of pale. Not a good sign.
じゃあ、今日は帰ったらちゃんと寝ること。
テスト勉強しろとは言わないんだね。
Well, what good is that going to do for us? Any new tweets? I know not much time has passed, but we gotta look. After reaching the parking lot, I turn to face Akiho as usual.
で、大丈夫？
I ask the usual question. Her usual answer doesn't come. Today is different. Oh shit. Akiho weakly shakes her head back and forth, her face still pale. It doesn't take long for me to understand the situation. Oh yeah, she looks fucking awful. I immediately have Akiho sit down where she's standing.
なんなら保健室まで連れてくけど。
Okay, wait. God damn it. It's not right click. It's this. I've accidentally clicked right click so many times. No, just a potential thumbnail, maybe. I don't know what I want to do. Just giving myself the options.
ここでいいや。
You know, I know this is only the 4th episode, I think. But honestly, Akiho truly is a must protect type of person. Like, she's definitely fucking weird. But so is Kaito. It's really whatever. The two of them are a pretty good, like, matchup. I would say not romantically, don't get that idea, but the two of them together are an interesting duo, and it kind of works. They rely on each other pretty damn well, and they kind of just deal with each other's shit really, really well, which is great. So, honestly, no qualms with our main characters here, but it's interesting that I would argue that this is like a duo protagonist situation so far. I could be very wrong, but it definitely seems like it's these two are kind of protagonists in conjunction with each other. I don't know if any of that made any sense, but they kind of work together here to be the protagonists. She tries to force a smile, but her brow is covered in a layer of cold sweat. Akiho puts out her hand and I hold onto it. She tightly grips it. Before long, her expression disappears from her face. Her eyes are open, but she's not really there. She's not actually looking at anything. Her breathing gradually grows deeper and heavier. All the strength leaves her body as she slumps over. I hold her shoulders to support her. She's like the honorary prez when it runs out of power. I idly look up at the indigo sky as I compare the two images in my head. Once this happens, it doesn't matter how much I call out to her, Akiho won't answer. This seems like a real medical problem. But this is normal. She has attacks like this regularly, and that said, it's rare for them to occur with such perfect timing. There's only one way to treat this. You have to wait until she gets better. After about 5 minutes, she'll naturally recover. Thus, there's no need to panic. I've seen her have these attacks for years now, so I understand how to deal with them. By that, I just mean holding on to Akiho and supporting her. That's all she needs, and all I can do for her. I let go of Akiho's hand, and in its place, I put the pink stuffed toy hanging from the tablet at her waist. Then, still with a blank expression on her face, she starts to squeeze and fiddle with the toy in her hand. The little stuffed toy she always carries on her is the perfect size to fit in the palm of her hand. It's gotten all dirty and colorless, mainly because she always squeezes it tightly during attacks to remain conscious. That's right, Akiho is still conscious. The only way I can really describe this condition, these seizures, is an attack. Is it a seizure? Is she seizing? Is this a form of a seizure? At this very moment, while Akiho is spending 5 minutes in reality, she's perceiving it as 1 second of time. I know this because these attacks aren't anything new. Plus, Akiho always tells me about them afterward. 5 minutes of reality gets compressed into 1 second of perception. In essence, it feels like time is moving super fast for her. Meanwhile, for the people watching her, it's like she's moving in slow motion, like a zombie or something. Elephant mouse syndrome. That's the scientific name that the doctors have given it, but Akiho and I call it FF for Final Fantasy. No, it's fast forward. You know, like how video players have fast forward and rewind buttons. It gets confusing because of all the different perspectives between Akiho and everyone else, but we keep it simple by calling it FF from Akiho's viewpoint, excuse me. These attacks aren't something that she was born with. What the fuck? They're the after effect of an accident that happened 8 years ago? Can we slow down and maybe like review all that in detail? I'm very curious. Ever since that day, Akiho and we've been afflicted with these awful attacks, so it's not just her, it's also us. They tend to occur after we put strain on our bodies, things like staying up all night or exercising too hard. That's why I always tell her not to push herself. That's why I always ask her how she feels before she drives her scooter. That's why I go with her if she's heading to school, even on days off. And that's why I'm a member of the Robotics Club. If something happens to Akiho, I need to be there with her so I can look after her. And the same goes for me. My symptoms are a bit different from Akiho's, but I still have to deal with the same after effects. My attacks are bad enough that they actually require someone to look after me. So in that sense, you could say that Akiho and I are both supporting each other. The reason we're always together at school isn't just because we're both in the Robotics Club or childhood friends. It's so we can deal with these attacks as they happen without causing problems for other people. We'd love to hurry up and get better, but there's no cure for our particular condition, so we just have to deal with it. Which means that in order to protect ourselves, the very least we can do is support each other. This is actually pretty crazy. I want to say interesting as well. Well, it is interesting. All of this is very crazy. I really can't find the proper terms for it. It came out of left field, and that's why I'm a little thrown aback. Akiho slowly moans, but doesn't form any words. The parking lot is slowly being blanketed in the darkness. If someone happened to run into us now, they'd probably think we were two lovebirds messing around. Anyhow, I call Akiho's mother and ask her to come pick her daughter up. The attack only lasts 5 minutes, but the numbness of the body lasts much longer. She shouldn't be driving. After the call, I have nothing to do but wait for Akiho to recover. I take a look at her face. Her expression looks like a no masks. Empty eyes, slightly quivering lips. Sometimes she ends up drooling, so it's actually kind of a problem. There was one time when she totally soaked my shirt. That's pretty nasty, but it happens, I guess. Jeez, this idiot. And that's why I told her not to push herself so hard. She's already constantly rushing forward when it comes to the Robotics Club. And now she wants to add ROBO-ONE on top of that? Fixing the honorary prez, staying up all night to learn its complex control scheme. Akiho is that desperate to protect the Robotics Club and make her dream a reality. But I'm not blameless. I saw her walking that dangerous line and didn't warn her as much as I should have. Maybe I should have forced her to stop? Or should I have helped her more? I don't know, but supporting each other, huh? I guess I have no choice. I sigh, straighten out my thoughts, and pull out my Pokecom to kill time playing Kill Ballad. Akiho says my name. Slowly at first and then gradually faster, she blinks her eyes and then speaks again. Strength begins to return to Akiho's hand. She weakly grasps at mine. I guess it's been about 5 minutes. Looks like she hasn't fully recovered enough to stand yet. While still leaning against my shoulders, she nods a little and then starts to slowly take deep breaths. She's told me that after an attack, she's so exhausted that she can't even walk. What a low blow. She's really asking me that at a time like this. How unfair can you get? Akiho opens her eyes wide. Damn, we can actually be pretty nice sometimes, huh? Akiho cocks her head like she doesn't really understand what I'm saying. Just then I hear the sound of a car horn coming from the school gate. That might be her mom. I lend my shoulder to Akiho to help her stand, and we slowly make our way toward the front gate. Huh. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, we should probably end the episode here. I'm a little over an hour. Like I said, I'm trying to do hour-long or hour-ish long episodes. I would rather not go over the hour too often, but whatever. These videos are already ridiculously long for whatever reason. Wow, what an episode. Shoot, I don't even know what I can really say is the primary focus out of this one. I mean, obviously getting this this little robot ready to go, but ending it off here with the little reveal that they're kind of relying on each other more than just like a friend-to-friend thing, but probably a little deeper because they're trying to make sure that they're not a nuisance to others with their problem here, their medical issues, if you will. Kind of a surprise. Very interesting. I'm looking forward to hearing more about whatever this incident was that led to this and what their problems are, especially Kaito's. I'm very curious about his problems. We've seen a bit here of Akiho's. What happens to him, you know? But anyways, yeah, we'll wrap up the episode. My dog, as you could tell, she really wants me to stop recording, so thank you all for watching this one. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, all that fancy jazz, and I will see you all in the next one. Take it easy.